What is this? I could have sworn I was playing actual Showdown. Must be too good to be true in this game. Wait, is that bot 4? Jeez, you are so broken, and I'm sorry for getting your name wrong. Anyways, oh hey there, I didn't quite see you there. I didn't quite see you. So, today I'm going to be talking about the evolution of bots in Brawl Stars. Brawl Stars is a game that's grown from zero to hero. Bots have been put across the entire game ever since its very beginning. Bots are first spotted when you start loading up the game. When you play your first match, you're playing against bots with fake names. When you boot up into friendly lobbies, you can choose to have bots in there or not. And what do you have when you're playing your first few matches of Brawl Stars as well? Bots! These bots are rudimentary. Well, no, they're not rudimentary, but they're very important to the creation of Brawl Stars. Or to the little creation that is Brawl Stars. Because that they basically help people who can't quite play the game well get better at the game. Because bots have actually evolved. While the little bots you might be playing against when you start up a new account might not be as strong as they are right here, they are fairly strong. They are fairly weak in some situations, I think. To the point where it's like, it gets other people to panic. You're like, you gotta shoot, I can't shoot, I don't know how. It basically just makes the player panic a bit, but, you know, that's just my thoughts. Right, so let's just keep it moving. Bots have been a huge part of the game. They've been incorporated in many ways. You've had them being incorporated at the start of the game, being incorporated in friendly lobbies as well. Friendly lobbies have not just appeared since global launch. Friendly lobbies actually date back to way back when the game started. You could actually choose to play with bots. Before the game even had its Android release and all that. Bots used to be very not powerful though. They were easy to play, and fun fact, when you would get in such lobbies, you could actually earn tokens. You could actually earn the old tokens, also known as keys or coins if you date back to 2017. Now, with that knowledge in the way, let's actually bring it up a little. Let's just bring up the bar a bit. It's 2019. The bots have just made an even bigger appearance, because back in the day, bots weren't a thing, since that so many people were hyped up to get in the game. Oh, I'm lagging a little bit, but don't mind that. Anyways, there weren't bots considering that lots upon lots of people wanted to actually play the game for, well, the game. Not really being in the mood to fight against bots. And considering that lots of people were joining the game, Supercell didn't quite have a problem with having bots around at the start, since that they only needed one or two. And the bots were fairly weak, both in the so-called play with brawlers and bots lobbies, which are actually very unusual lobbies. The bots they weren't quite as strong. They literally missed shots on purpose. It looked like it took them forever to aim in the past. And you know, they just weren't half as good as they are today. However, let's move that bar up a little bit. It's 2020. It's been quite a while since, you know, the game has had any huge global release or anything of the likes. So, they've had to raise the bar now that there were more competitive players on the game than new coming players at the time. So, they decided to give an enormous buff to bots. Now they shot immediately. So now, you are going to regret rushing that Jackie, because it's very likely that she's gonna spam the holy life out of you. Same goes for other brawlers such as really any brawler played by a bot. Really, it's that crazy. Brawlers actually are really broken, especially brawler bots. Look at this, I won't fight him. Look at this. He just shoots a little bit faster as well. Something I noticed when we started was that bots shot a little bit faster than the average player. They shot a little bit faster than the average player that you would see on Brawl Stars. And I think I have quite a bit of a theory for that. Bots are starting to get stronger. And if you were to notice, in 2020, when the brawler bots got significantly buffed, something to notice was that there were way more bots. For example, let me try and find a PSG map very quickly. Right here. As you can see, the scene around is all bots. Everybody in the crowd is a bot.
Let's do this!
Is a bot. Probably hinting at like, wow, bots are gonna take over. Or something like that, I think. But this is just all Brawl Theory for me. In fact, I think that the buff to bots was actually much needed, considering the community was complaining a little bit that the bots were, well, a little too easy to beat up. A little bit too easy to beat. And sometimes you might want to play against a stronger bot. Like for example this one. He knew exactly what to do. Got straight on the challenge. Replicating real players even more. Oh boy, what do I do against the smelly bear? Okay, so let's back out. So you clearly saw that the people in the audience, well, they weren't people, they were bots. So I have a bit of a theory as to why that is. Bots are more and more around because in the world of Brawl Stars, there are very, very few brawlers that are actually related. We only have several trios. And you know what makes it for the rest of the population? Bots, according to me.
Let's do this!
For some reason, I think that bots are the reason that the world of Brawl Stars functions as well as it does. I mean, so many of the brawlers are, well, basically robots. Either they're robots or, you know, you see bots appear constantly in their trailers. So, kind of hinting at that at the time, but at the same time, that's just all as stupid as it. Don't take my word for it. I must admit that it's not entirely impossible, because at the same time, all you have to really do is look at their reaction. Over time, they become stronger, better, and, well, bolder. And I would have to consider that bots are actually essential to the game. Now that we've talked more on the Brawl Theory side, let's talk a little bit about the competitive advantage of bots. Now, back in the day, bots used to be very underwhelming. They used to do they used to really not know how to play the game. They even shot way slower than us. Like, you know, now I'm shooting like this, it will take a brawler about 2 seconds to shoot their first shot. And then their shots wouldn't come out on the dot like they do today. Rather, more slower shots would come out, which will make them very, very underwhelming. Because, as you can see right here, this bot threw down her bear almost straight away. The old bot would have taken quite a bit of time to do that. And it was mainly to adapt because not everybody in the game was good. Unlike today, where we have a lot of people reaching 20,000 trophies without a problem. So, bots are essential to starting players, considering that not everybody knows how to play the game. I think that Brawl Stars did a good job at adding bots that are well balanced and that help out any other new player get better at the game. I truly like that feature, and I hope you guys like it almost as much as I do, because honestly, bots are very, very important to the game. I mean, you can't tell me you've never had an encounter with a bot. Because chances are, your first games you were fighting bots. So, you can't quite convince me there. Oh. Heal me please. You are sacred to me. Aw. Well, bots, like I said, bots are very important. Back in the day, they weren't half as important as because they weren't included as much. You know, for your first couple hundred trophies, you're playing against bots today. Back in the day, it was only your first 2 games that were bot-filled. So, you know, they help you get better at the game at first. Because back in the day, it was more elementary start kind of thing. Now you have bots to help you practice your game, which I truly appreciate. And I think that bots are a good addition to the game. And I hope that, you know, they kind of scale with the player, because you know, after you move away from the starting part of the brawlers, like, you know, after you move away from the first couple hundred trophies, the bots become just as strong as they are now. And I think they're a little overwhelming for starting players. So, you kind of might want to fix that maybe, but, you know, that's just all theory. Anyways, thank you guys for watching today. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. This is Mythic Cell checking out for the night. Peace out.